It's Monday, September 23rd, 2024, and I'm Dave Sobel. 3 things to know today. Lower layoffs, AI investments, and rate cuts. IT providers are positioned for expansion. Sequoia bugs, AI expansion, and Hotpatching, how Apple and Microsoft are reshaping IT management. And Microsoft revives 3 Mile Island for AI energy needs amid regulatory and subsidy debates. This is the business of tech. Well, happy Monday. This means it's time to examine broader market conditions to understand what our customers are feeling. The Federal Reserve implemented a half-point interest rate cut described as a monetary policy mulligan to make up for not beginning a rate-cutting cycle in July. Fed officials project quarter-point rate adjustments will be made at the 2 remaining policy meetings this year, and 4 more quarter-point cuts will be made in 2025. The unemployment rate is currently 4.2%, up from 3.7% at the start of the year. Fed projections anticipate unemployment increasing slightly to 4.4% in Q4 2024 and remaining at that level through the end of 2025. Chair Jerome Powell emphasized that the U.S. economy is in good shape, growing steadily with inflation coming down and a strong labor market. According to an analysis by Axios, layoffs have decreased as companies are more reluctant to let go of workers, learning from past experiences during the pandemic. In 2024, average monthly layoffs were 1.6 million, lower than the 1.9 million in 2019. This trend may continue due to anticipated labor shortages in various sectors. While economic conditions could prompt future layoffs, companies are currently more cautious compared to previous downturns. I also noted an analysis in Business Insider citing how America is significantly investing in AI infrastructure, highlighted by a $30 billion fund from Microsoft and BlackRock to enhance data centers and energy supply. This initiative addresses the growing demand for AI capabilities and aims to reduce reliance on foreign sources, particularly amid geopolitical tensions. The fund is part of a broader strategy to ensure the U.S. maintains its competitive edge in the generative AI race, with a focus on domestic production and infrastructure deployment. Why do we care? With lower borrowing costs, IT providers should be ready to support clients looking to invest in digital transformation and modernization efforts. This should be an excellent time to leverage those financial resources available to you, particularly in distribution. Given the tight labor market and the hesitancy around layoffs, companies are focused on getting the most out of their current workforce. IT services that enhance productivity, such as automation, managed services, and remote work solutions, will continue to be in high demand. The substantial investment in AI infrastructure clearly signals that AI will be a cornerstone of competitive strategy. IT providers should align their service portfolios to support AI adoption, from consulting to implementation and ongoing management. With as many breaches and security concerns as I report in this show, it should be obvious that cybersecurity is not just about technology, but also the human expertise needed to interpret and respond to complex threats. Huntress is focused on elevating SMBs and MSPs around the world. Huntress has a suite of fully managed cybersecurity solutions powered by a 24/7 human-led SOC, dedicated to continuous monitoring, expert investigation, and rapid response. And the proof is the execution. Huntress is the #1 rated EDR for SMBs on G2. Want to know more about the platform? Visit huntress.com/MSP Radio to learn more. macOS Sequoia, aka macOS 15, is causing issues with third-party security software from vendors like CrowdStrike and Microsoft attributed to networking bugs. Users may face connectivity problems and unsupported software alerts, with Microsoft advising against upgrading. Apple has acknowledged the issues but has not provided a clear response. According to Microsoft, its issue is macOS's stealth mode, which stops a machine from responding to ping requests or connection requests from closed TCP or UDP networks. Stealth mode has to be disabled in firewall settings to resolve the issue. And while I'm on Apple, Apple announced that its generative AI, Apple Intelligence, will support additional languages, including German, Italian, Korean, Portuguese, and Vietnamese in 2025. The feature will first launch in American English with the iOS 18.1 update. However, it will not be available in the EU or China at launch due to regulatory issues, although discussions are ongoing to address these challenges. On the Microsoft security side, Microsoft has announced the public preview of Hotpatching for Windows Server 2025, which allows security updates to be installed without requiring a reboot. This feature aims to reduce the number of mandatory reboots from 12 to quarterly, enhancing efficiency and security. Hotpatching is available through Azure Arc and will support both physical and virtual servers. However, updates outside the Hotpatch program will still require restarts. Prerequisites for using Hotpatching include Windows Server 2025 data center evaluation and certain security updates installed. And Microsoft has officially deprecated Windows Server Update Services, or WSUS, ceasing new feature development while maintaining current functionality and updates. WSUS, introduced in 2005, allows IT administrators to manage updates across large networks. Microsoft encourages business to transition to cloud-based solutions like Windows Autopatch and Microsoft Intune for update management. The change primarily affects enterprise environments and does not impact home users. And if you're not aware, Windows Autopatch is a cloud service that automates updates for Windows, Microsoft 365 apps, Microsoft Edge, and Microsoft Teams, enhancing security and productivity. It addresses challenges by closing security and productivity gaps, optimizing IT resources, minimizing on-prem infrastructure, and reducing end-user disruptions through careful rollout sequences. The service is available for devices registered under Business Premium and A3 Plus licenses. And bringing it all together, Microsoft's new Windows app is now available on Windows, macOS, iOS, and the web, with a public preview on Android and Chrome OS. It serves as a unified hub for managing Windows services like Windows 365 Cloud PCs and supports multiple monitors and account switching features. The app will replace the existing Windows 365 and remote desktop apps, providing enhanced security and management for IT admins and customizable experiences for end users. Why do we care? Well, I felt that Apple bug, so I know I care. But that said, I'm noting the trend towards mobile-style patch management and an embrace of auto upgrades. Hot patching, auto patch, or the bundling of patches like mobile updates, all driving to a much more automatic process. Combine that with the shift away from WSUS representing a broader industry trend towards cloud-based management, which can streamline update processes and enhance security posture. So the world of patching continues to shift. And regarding AI investments, Microsoft plans to revive the dormant 3 Mile Island nuclear plant to meet its energy needs for artificial intelligence, purchasing 100% of its output for 20 years. Yes, that 3 Mile Island. This unprecedented deal aims to provide clean energy and support the tech industry's growing demand, but it faces regulatory hurdles and raises concerns about public subsidies. The project, costing around $1.6 billion, is contingent on federal tax breaks and could create significant local jobs, while contributing to the power grid serving 65 million people. And in AI backlash, LinkedIn has suspended its use of UK user data for AI training following backlash from users and digital rights groups, who've criticized its opt-out policy as inadequate for protecting privacy. The company has reversed its decision and will not apply the policy in the UK, EU, or Switzerland, while updating its privacy policy to clarify how user data is used. The Information Commissioner's Office welcomed LinkedIn's change, emphasizing respecting user privacy rights in AI training. And a 3M study reveals that AI is significantly underutilized in UK workplaces. Only 4% of adults use it daily, despite 84% having used it at some point. While many recognize AI's potential to transform work, a mindset shift and clear regulations are needed to increase adoption. Most respondents expect AI to handle over 50% of their tasks in the next decade, highlighting the need for training and reassurance that AI will enhance productivity rather than replace jobs. The 2024 Revalidate survey by Domino Data Lab reveals that while 97% of AI leaders commit to responsible AI, nearly half are under-resourced to implement effective governance, posing risks of regulatory violations and reputational damage. Responsible AI is now a top priority for 43% of leaders, yet 48% cite resource constraints as a significant barrier. Organizations are focusing on frameworks to translate responsible AI principles into practice, with key capabilities like logging, auditability, and monitoring identified as critical for success. Why do we care? AI draws a lot of power, and data centers are hungry for that. That said, consider the fact that much of our AI discussion revolves about it being on the edge as well, requiring more advanced compute. So IT service providers should be prepared to discuss sustainable and energy-efficient AI strategies with clients, especially as energy consumption becomes a critical consideration for large-scale AI deployments. There's also another case here of Europeans getting protections Americans don't based on regulatory compliance. Now, I'll balance that with the findings, which highlight a significant gap between AI's potential and its current usage, driven by that lack of training, regulatory clarity, and perhaps apprehension about job displacement. So highlight your role in helping organizations adapt to AI, not just through technology, but fostering a cultural shift toward embracing AI's benefits. This can set your firm apart in a market still grappling with how to fully leverage AI. Thread has declared death to the ticket. Did you know tickets date back to the 1800s? And customers hate tickets. Thread uses an approach for connecting, communicating, and ultimately collaborating. Thread allows people to come together around a topic. They can discuss and make decisions. They can share and invite the right people. The future of service is collaborative. Supercharge your service experience by seamlessly integrating AI and automation to meet your customers where they are, in Teams, Slack, and desktops, not in tickets. With instant updates to and from ConnectWise, Autotask, and Halo PSA, keep all communication in one place, where it should be, with people. Decrease time to resolution 30% with chat-based support by visiting getthread.com/MSP Radio to declare death to the ticket. Thanks for listening. Today is National Family Day, so let's stand that one out. It's also National Baker Day, so bake some bread, or National Field Marketers Day, and National Dogs in Politics Day. Have a question you want answered? We take listener questions. Send them, ideally as a voice memo or video, to question@mspradio.com. I answer listener questions live each week on the Wednesday live show on YouTube and LinkedIn. This week, 3 p.m. And if you got a comment or a thought on a story, put it in the comments if you're on YouTube, or reach out on LinkedIn if you're listening to the podcast. And the number one thing you can do to help the show, share it with a colleague. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. The Business of Tech is written and produced by me, Dave Sobel, under ethics guidelines posted at businessof.tech. If you like the content, please make sure to hit that like button, follow, or subscribe. It's free and easy, and the best way to support the show and help us grow. You can also check out our Patreon, where you can join the Business of Tech community at patreon.com/MSP Radio, or buy our Why Do We Care merch at businessof.tech. Finally, if you're interested in advertising on the show, visit mspradio.com/engage. Once again, thanks for listening to me, and I will talk to you again on our next episode of the Business of Tech.
Part of the MSP Radio Network.